right decisions are only going to be made when you start the path, when you start heading down there, right? You have to start taking action and learning and iterating and learning and changing, right? We talked about TikTok for years. And you could have 5 people talking. All it took was one of them to say, nobody over $100 makes anything. TikTok is for kids. And we're like, okay, let's put it off for another 3 months.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Super excited about being live right now. Live workshop. We're going to be chatting through a few things today. I've got people who are much better than me at explaining the nuances of TikTok Shop. We're going to be going through similarly to... I think it was like a week ago now where we started to do a deep dive on the success of Portland Leather Goods launching onto TikTok Shop, probably a brand that most people didn't think would make sense on TikTok Shop, and yet they are crushing. And so Cam is actually the head of TikTok Shop at Social Commerce Club. And so Cam is going to be on here today talking about that. We're going to be going through and helping you guys out in every sort of way, helping you understand how you can scale your brand on TikTok Shop. So super excited about that. Brywin is also going to be here. Brywin, you running the slides today? Is that what I hear?
Oh, I sure am.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
So let me know when you want me to share my screen and I have it ready.
So I've been told from many people who have come to workshops, to Social Commerce Club workshops recently, that Brywin is way better than me at hosting these. And so I was like, I don't know, I don't like that. So I'm going to come on.
I won't take that too personally.
Yeah. So as you guys are coming in, we're going to start in about 2 minutes here. Let me know in the chat, for those of you guys, I can see a bunch of people already here on Riverside. Let me know in the chat where you guys are at and what brand or agency you guys are with. And we'll banter back and forth here as more people get let in into here. We already have a decent little crowd forming, which is fun. If you guys can see in the public chat on the side there. Super excited to dive in. Oh, and by the way, by the way, everyone, we're also going to be talking about everything that we know, and we somehow know as much or more than other people about what is going on with the big announcement that Instagram is launching a TikTok Shop competitor. At the end of this, I'm going to be going through everything that we know about it, how to actually run it as a brand, whether or not you should run it as of day one or not. I have had so many questions about it. I tweeted about it yesterday and put as much information as I knew yesterday about that. Actually, right after this, I will be late to our all hands, Brywin and Cam, at Social Commerce Club, because I'm going to be going on D2C Daily to talk about that, because it's such a big deal for so many brands. So looking forward to that. So stick around until the end, because that is what we're going to be talking about then. Brywin, Cam, I'm going to leave it to you guys here. And welcome, by the way, Nevada. Welcome. Oh, tallow sunscreen. Interesting. Miami, we've got. LA, we've got. Cam and I are going to be in LA next week, by the way. Sorry, Brian. Sorry we didn't invite you. We invited you and you said no. We're going to be in LA for the TikTok Shop Awards or TikTok Shop Summit, which we're going to be receiving some kind of award. So look for Cam and I and Parker as well, who I convinced to come. And yeah, looking forward to this. Awesome. We got a good crowd forming here. So let's get into it. Cam and Brywin, I will mute here and let you guys go ahead and start on what I think is going to be really helpful for a lot of brands today.
Let's do it.
And you are both muted.
Yes, so everyone should be able to see the screen now. Cam, I will keep myself muted and jump in to add any color and context, but I will let you lead this one, my friend.
Okay, are you going to be changing slides for me?
Sure am. Don't worry. I got you.
Okay, the TikTok Shop launch playbook. All right, what's next? Let's get into it. I'm happy to share whatever it is that we're going to share with everybody today.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for all the listeners out there and everyone tuning in, this is the exact launch playbook that Cam used to launch that wonderful little bit of success there that Jordan mentioned previously with Portland Leather Goods.
Woohoo!
Woo is right.
Yeah, look at those numbers. Well, I'm just gonna speak off the top of my head and just kind of talk to you guys like, just how I would describe it if I were having a conversation with you all. Obviously, the Portland Leather Goods launch was really successful, really exciting. Lots of momentum and movement still happening in that account daily. I attribute the majority of the success, of course, to our team on the back end that's, doing things behind the scenes in Seller Center and all that. But a huge shout out to all their creators. Portland Leather Goods they have a product that, Jordan prefaced with might not have, like some of us have schools of thought that higher AOV products, or this type of product specifically might not be a good fit for TikTok Shop. I usually don't even think about things that way. Like the brands that we bring into our ecosystem and the brands that are coming to us to get a little bit of taste and slice of what we've got going on here at SEC, I think all of them have an amazing chance to do the same thing that PLG just did. And I attribute a lot of that to, one of the things that all brands and I think all agencies are constantly, I say this and, just for lack of better words, fighting for, which is the creator network. We have, I personally believe, one of the strongest creator networks on the platform. We are bringing in creators from all over the place, from different categories, from different backgrounds, from just different focuses, and we luckily have them all in one place, and we get to communicate with them daily. So that's kind of a cool part about working with us here is you get, like, any brand automatically gets inserted into our creator ecosystem, which I think is just like from day one, I think one of the highest leverage things that we do on behalf of our brands. So what you're seeing here, $1 million in GMV in 13 days, it was actually 1.1 in 11 days, which is even more bizarre. And I think
that's awesome.
I think we did, we're on pace to do 1.4, 1.5 this month. Again, and just continue. I don't think we'll dip below $1 million a month in GMV. That's our goal anyway.
And the crazy thing is, sorry, Cam, I'm just going to step in
worries.
here.
I'm happy to have.
I know I said I wasn't going to. I was
do.
like, yeah, hey, I'm just going to hang. You know me. Yeah, that's totally me. One thing, by the way, we do have Curtis calling in with a question here. I don't know if this is the Curtis. The Curtis, if it is you calling in with the question, you say down in the bottom there, because I've never had it is me. Okay. Let's see if it is here. Calling in with a question. I just feel alone. Let's see here. I've never done this call-in thing before.
I'm already there, dude.
I think we stopped sharing the slides. That's just jam.
Curtis, welcome. Let's ask you some questions.
Okay. I just felt lonely having Cam ramble on, talk about my damn company without me, and then Jordan tried to step on his toes.
And now it's classic that you're trying to step on my toes. So this is wonderful. Welcome.
Of course. No, I'm just going to listen here. I just want to learn. My other meeting didn't show up, so
I don't know how you called in here, but it's great. I think actually let's change this up a little bit because this is really fun getting to also have Curtis on here. Curtis, what were we're gonna do this a little bit like I'm gonna toss the ball back and forth because this is what I really love to do. Curtis, what were your initial thoughts with TikTok Shop and social commerce in general? Like, you and I talked, I don't know, like a year and a half ago about this, right? And obviously you've seen a lot of stuff that we've posted, a lot of the, like, I think what people don't understand is the amount of change that has happened in this platform. What were your initial thoughts on, like, should we go into this channel or not?
So is it Bree Win? Is that how I pronounce your name?
But you
How
can
do I do
shorthand
this
it to B is absolutely fine.
Oh, no, Brywin. That's okay. That's the name I wanted to hear. Is she the only one here? Or are there other people along?
So
we got
ton of people
32 live on Riverside.
Okay, so thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so TikTok, it doesn't work on high average order. It's just young people buying $20 garbage. It's not going to work for you. Don't do it. TikTok is stupid. I went on to TikTok myself, and I'm going to be honest with you. The algorithm fed me the grossest thing, like a guy signing up for TikTok. Like the first 1 minute of scrolling, I got off of TikTok and said, I'm never doing this, okay? I listened to you talk maybe in October trying to do one of these, Jordan, and I asked you to do our numbers, and you did. And I said, what the hell, let's give this thing a shot, might as well. If you have a company that's scaling a lot and you want to do a lot of sales, Meta is your big engine. It is. It's your big engine. After that, you have Google, and then you can do AppLovin and TikTok and Amazon and everybody else. So we thought, what the heck, let's just give it a try. Okay.
Well, there's actually a lot more. That's just on Riverside, just so you know. There's also YouTube, Twitter, everyone. So
okay.
There's a couple hundred.
We thought we'd give it a shot. We talked to Cam. We said, Cam, what do you think we can do in sales? And he came up with about 4 million. And I said, you don't know our company. If we're only going to do 4 million. That's stupid.
Me on this.
It's got to be more than that. Why would we even do it at 4 million, right? And so then we said, let's do it for Christmas. You said you didn't have the time. We did it after. We did this launch, and we were literally shocked. Like, I didn't imagine. Now, the biggest thing that I've talked at conferences about this already in the last couple of weeks is this. We not only averaged 90 to 100,000 a day. Everyone talks about Amazon Halo. Our Amazon is off because we kind of sold out of all of the products and had some problem there. We saw a halo of $100,000 on,
which is wild.
So I project
we have been starting to see that constantly too, Curtis, which is just crazy. Like we didn't see that in the early days, but now that we've got Halo, which I'm going to give you access to here soon, we're actually seeing that exact thing happen way more onto Shopify than we originally thought.
So according to our fairing numbers and a modeling projection from Prescient AI, it says of like the million, maybe 400,000 came into Shopify. I know our numbers. Like we project every single day. I look at our numbers every single day in all channels. We, for the last 7 days of last month, were 100,000 a day over projections just on Shopify. And there's no other reason for it. So that you just don't randomly, after doing this for 10 years, all of a sudden get $100,000 more per day on Shopify for no reason. It was because of the spend. It was because of the activity on TikTok.
Yeah. What would you say to brands? Like somebody just said, like, what about high AOV, like 300 plus, right? Like that was one of the questions that just came up from somebody on Riverside here. What?
I would say we were stupid enough not to do it because we thought it was 20 and our average order value of 120 was too high. So, we can't do it. And we didn't do it for 2 years because everybody told us not to. Guess what? If you're good in this world, you win. If you're good in this world, people will buy your product. If you're good and they like your product. I didn't like that last slide because it said the product doesn't matter. It's about execution. Yeah, that talks about you guys. Your product matters. If you have good product and people like your shit, they're going to buy more of it. So of course that matters. And doesn't matter what platform you go on to. This is an engine. Now, I will tell you this. We spend $40 million a year on Meta. Okay? $40 million. Our top 5 ads are ads that were created on TikTok in the last 14 days that we moved over to Meta and are now scoring. One of them we had to take down because we didn't have enough product, so we moved it over to Meta, and it sold out of that product so fast we had to actually shut that ad down, which is what Cam has been dealing with our problems. The problem is, guys, if all of a sudden you're doing 100,000 more per day on a specific product, all of a sudden you can sell way too much product, which is called
which is nice looking behind you there. I just want to make sure, Curtis, is that a real background that you have there? Is that your fake background showing your factory?
No, it's actually AI. I even have the AI make the people move and pretend that they're making our leather bags for Portland Leather Goods. It was very difficult for me.
A good Sora 2 background.
Oh my gosh, I know it's real. I'm just saying for the sake of the people watching here. I've got actually a fun question. This is very fun. I love how this turned into this.
I'm just here to spectate.
And I don't even know how. I don't even know how Curtis got on here, but here's something very, very interesting. I'm sure you guys saw yesterday. I posted about this on Twitter and LinkedIn. For some reason, it's hilarious, by the way, everyone. There's some posts where you're like, everyone on LinkedIn needs to see this. And it reaches like 2,000 people. I post this on Twitter, and it's just like every single person is like, oh my gosh, this is the most incredible thing. Instagram just launched a TikTok Shop competitor yesterday. I am here to tell you about it, of what exactly it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same powerful thing that is happening over on TikTok Shop with a closed ecosystem. So let me give you just a quick update of like what exactly it looks like. Right now, the checkout is still happening off of Instagram. So it's not actually happening on Instagram shops. You need to either check out on Amazon or on Shopify. And there are there's two affiliate networks right now that work. So Shopify Collabs is one of them, and Impact is the other one. I'm just throwing it out there. Curtis, what are you thinking about as you see? I'm sure you saw that announcement yesterday. What do you think about you guys doing a lot of business, probably more than anybody else on this call right now. How do you look at a new channel like that and think like, well, should we dive into that one now right away? Like, where's your head at with that?
Yeah, I just did a podcast with some people today, and I said, don't jump at everything new, but understand that if it works, you have to be prepared. So this TikTok engine is letting us create thousands and tens of thousands of pieces of content, and having TikTok tell us if they're any good, if people actually use them to buy. So the good ones, we move over to Meta, and it's more successful. So we will learn through TikTok what we need to do with this new channel. I don't need to hop on it. What I need to do is push into more content is better content if you can get it out and have the algorithm choose what's best. So there your margins are actually increased and become better. There it is. So what we learn on TikTok in the next 6 months will allow us to make the steps when we learn more about it. I don't think everyone should be saying, oh, immediately I need to do that. Shit, TikTok already has the algorithm that's going to help you the most.
Yeah.
Do it on TikTok. Figure it out.
What have you been the most surprised with the launch? Because I know you guys tried to launch before, right? Pre-Blitz, right? Yeah, you guys were doing like 30 or 40K a month, weren't you?
No.
Cam, can you please tell Curtis about his company?
Yeah, you were. your team that was managing. Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't.
So you don't want.
We only got our stuff set up. We only got our stuff set up like in December, right? And so we worked with ShopDance to get that set up. So it was so little that I didn't even pay attention to it. So we were waiting for the blitz with you guys. Jordan, you told me to do a blitz to start off. I listened, so I didn't pay attention.
So the reason why I know is because we are part of this really cool project that TikTok Shop has right now called Project Horizon. And we were having to like fight for it. They're like, well, they launched before, so they couldn't be a part of it. And we're like, no. They were just waiting to launch with us. And so we get all sorts of stuff. So brands that do 10 million and above on other channels get to be part of Project Horizon. They get a ton of extra support from TikTok. That's a really great thing. So just so everyone understands, like TikTok, they want to play ball constantly. They want real D2C brands on the channel. Last year, around this time, maybe it was a little bit later, one of their... the only way you get into Project Horizon is by working with us. So just, you know... There's only like five agencies, I think, 5 or 6 of us that are actually part of Project Horizon or doing anything with it. So that's kind of how you get in. It's like one of those special things that they gave us. So that gets you a bunch of extra things. So much so that their KPIs at TikTok Shop were based around getting D2C brands onto the channel. They want people to realize that it is not like some ancillary channel now. It is a massive top of funnel driver. And so just from our perspective. Curtis, what else do you have for us here? What else interesting thoughts do you have?
The metaphor is this. The metaphor that you just spoke about is this. If you want to do TikTok, you hit it hard. You hit it with a lot of content to see what content works, right? What is TikTok trying to do? They're trying to own the ecosystem. They got the best algorithm. They've got everything in-house so they can close out the deal. They've got the customers. They've got everything. So if you get started, they started contacting us and saying, hey, Cam, let's give these people extra money to give to their people, 10% extra for their affiliates. Why? They want to own everything. So if you start doing anything on there, they're going to come and try to give you free stuff. If you work with Social Commerce Club and Project Horizon, by the way. And they helped us out. They threw a bunch of extra stuff to our people. And all that is like, if you dip your toe in, all you find out is how the water feels on your toe. Like, that's pretty stupid. Like, if you're going to get in, at least jump into the just shallow end of the pool and get wet, go up to the neck and figure out what's going on and learn as quickly as possible. In this world, most people do not grow because they're not moving fast enough forward. And TikTok says, hey, guess what? You literally have all of these creators. Hit a blitz, get out there, start selling your stuff, and stop the worries about, I have this. I love that question. I have an average order value of 300. Yeah, does it work? Nobody knows. Like, until you actually...
Do you know that there's not a single snowboard brand on TikTok Shop right now? Like a single, like, big snowboard brand. None of them are on TikTok. I'm like, what? Like, just try.
Burton, you hear that? What's the Never Summer. Get on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's all of these, and I was actually just doing it for fun on a podcast yesterday of just like figuring it out. Cam, I want to hear from you. What specifically did you do that actually worked? So obviously PLG has a great product, right? What specifically, because I want people to understand like the playbook, right? Of like, what did you do that actually moved the needle besides, you know, getting in front of a great creator community, all of that? Like, just walk me through what actually worked from your perspective, because I can talk about it from where I sit, but I want to hear about it from your perspective.
Yeah. So, and just to clarify for everybody watching who doesn't know me, I'm at a TikTok shop here at Social Commerce Club. So I'm actively like the guy behind the scenes that's driving the Portland Leather brand forward on the platform, doing all the things behind the scenes, my team and I. From my perspective, if we're talking outside of the creator network and how awesome they are, it's over communicating, it's planning and forecasting appropriately, and making sure that there's seamless movement between Portland Leather and Social Commerce Club in terms of how we're approaching things, in terms of what we're doing next, without giving too much away, right? I don't want to give away the secret sauce. That's what you join Social Commerce Club for. And here's how I summarize this. Give creators...
You give away whatever you want, Cam. Give whatever you want.
Right. Well, you got to have a solid go-to-market calendar. You have to give creators and customers a consistent reason to want to keep promoting for your brand. So we don't just like give every single product away. We don't sample every single product. We don't like just open it up and have a heyday with everything. It's here's what we're focused on this month. We're going to make it a big moment, and we're going to create a bunch of momentum around these specific products, around this on-platform campaign, this seasonal moment, and then we just rinse and repeat every single month. The reason why we do it that way is so that we continue momentum outside of the Q4 rush. Everyone's planning for Q4, everyone's planning for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and that'll be a huge success for the majority of the brands that join. What happens is, how do we prevent the dip from happening January, February, March? Well, it's having a consistent go-to-market calendar where you have product focus, you have platform focus, promo focus. You can literally just match what you're doing on D2C and create moments around it. And when I say that, what I mean is creators need to know what's happening with the brand. So if you have a 25% off shop-wide discount like Portland Leather does, both on TikTok and their website, tell creators to put that in their content. If you bump it from 25 to 30, tell creators to put that in their content. That's how you continue to create more and more videos without having to dump a bunch of money to incentivize them, because then you just create the perspective that, all I have to do is just keep creating content and I'll make money from it. We want to have a naturally organic like movement behind a brand, and so creators need to be aware of that so they can create around it, and then customers need to be aware of that so that they can capitalize on when it's the right time to buy. So there's a whole system on the back end, and for those of you who work on the back end of TikTok Shop, you'll understand what I mean when I say it's sampling, it's sending out consistent messaging to your customers. There's only a few ways you can get in touch with your customers, because I mean, TikTok just rolled out an actual like CRM retention strategy with emails, but before they didn't have that. So you could only send out a limited amount of messages to your customers and retain them with abandoned cart, post-purchase thank you, incomplete checkout follow-up. You've that like maximize all of that on top of have a sample budget, send out as many samples as you can, because here's how the flywheel works on TikTok. We can assume, if we're just going up based off of data, that every sample sent will result in, and this is, arbitrary, but 0.8 to 1.2 videos per sample, because TikTok requires that a creator has to create, otherwise they get penalized for it. So plan for that. You can almost guarantee for that, and then you can do the math. How many samples do we need to send out to hit our goals? And then how many videos do we need to get created? How many video views? And then we plan around GMV max and how the ad strategy then kind of amplifies the organic strategy. And for Portland Leather, we haven't even gotten to a place where we're really going to scale this thing yet. We have so much opportunity with lives, both on the brand handle and with creators. We have a ton of opportunity for organic content. Curtis, you've got the studio, you've got the mic, you've got the personality. Yeah, like you're gonna.
I have teams starting today. And they're starting today. Yeah.
Here's where we try to get all of our brands. In the beginning, when we do these huge pushes, we're going to be a little bit dependent on ads. We're going to be a little bit dependent on GMV max. That's just kind of the way that it goes. We try not to we don't want to force brands to not be profitable from the get-go, but sometimes that's just what we've got to do in order to create the momentum. But for me, what I'm always paying attention to is what can I do behind the scenes or have my team do so that we balance out our dependency on paid and shift it so that it becomes more organic led. That way you save your P&L and you just naturally now you have tens of thousands of videos out in the ecosystem, and TikTok will do its thing to continue that momentum, if that makes sense. Does that all make sense? I'm with Curtis and my team. I'm a little nervous, so cool.
You nailed it. Cam, you nailed it. I want to say it in a way, Jordan, I think this will help the people, because I truly am talking to all these people who are there and thinking about doing this, because I literally was sick, sitting at home on a couch, and I watched one of your things, one of these things.
I remember seeing, I was like, is that
this, right?
Curtis from PLG?
Okay. Is that Curtis? Yeah, what the hell? Hey, here's what it is. If you're doing Meta, you're paying a bunch of money to get new customers, but that's not the key. The key is to get new customers and turn them into return customers. So you always have a pipeline of new, and then you're making money long-term on the LTV. The same thing is happening on TikTok. You're spending money up front, but you're looking for the halo in the LTV. Your people who are creating content are the same way. You're hitting them up front, but you're treating them almost like customers. Yes. How can we be nicer to you, give you more things, give you everything so that you want to continue to do this? The whole game is not, hey, how do I get more customers? How do I get more creators? How do I get a bunch of them and turn them into advocates who are going to want to go out and say that Portland Leather Goods is the greatest leather brand in the frickin' world? And what we found out is they like saying that, and when they say it, it works. Cam told me 10% of our income is coming off of people doing lives.
Incentivize that. It's wild.
And the people, we've never even mentioned it, the people who are doing the live said, I've never done a live before. I went on, I did live, I sold 16 bags in an hour. They're shocked at this whole thing, right? So keep that in mind. It's the same as Meta. You do spend, but you have to long-term. You do TikTok, you're looking long-term. You're getting creators, but you're treating them so well that they become part of your company, part of the advocates, part of the community that makes your brand better. And there's a couple done so well for us. Jordan, I don't know what.
Well, I've hired Cam, so
Cam's
so.
it.
Do you mind if I answer?
And I'm continually. What's that?
Do you mind if I answer Rob and Corey just to continue this?
Yes, I just want to pile on to, yes, we're gonna answer all these questions on the side, guys. I just want to pile on to what Curtis said there for a second, because it's really, really important. Number one is sell to creators, right? Don't try to sell to anyone else except for creators. Number two is the more videos that a creator makes, the better that they get at making videos for your brand, right? So it could be their 20th video that gets really, really good. And the more videos that they make for your brand, the more that they're able to actually be good at doing that one thing, which is why you want them to focus as much on your brand as possible. So as soon as you start to get sparks of life out of a creator, focus. So That is what I just wanted to say, because I think that's really, really important. Cam, do you want to start actually with Claire's question here? So
This is cool.
what does over communication look like with creators? Are you messaging creators one-on-one or messaging just in a group chat, and how often?
Yeah, both. Curtis, like if you want to speak to that and the chaos that happens in the community daily, it's both. But
Yeah, they go crazy, and you can use the group that we use to answer one question that answers for more than one. But really, it's not just them getting the answer to the question, it's them feeling like they are part of something. That's what I've noticed, is if they're in there and they see other people asking, they're getting information from other people asking questions. They just want to feel part of something, right? You get on, you turn on the news, and you're like, oh shit, the world, what the hell's going on? Now it's a community you go to and everyone's positive and talking about making money. They love it. So you want to create that up. Yes, do we talk one-on-one? Sure. Do you talk in the group? Does that help you? Yeah, all communication.
Also notice something here, that both Cam, who is the head of TikTok shop at our agency, and Curtis, who owns the brand, are in the creator community talking
every day.
Just notice that. That is something that we are instilling with every single brand that we work with, of like actually the most important role of the strategist is being in that creator community and understanding the pulse of that community, right? It's something AI cannot do. It just can't do. You have to have.
Oh, that is my clone in that chat.
Was it also your clone then, Curtis?
Sure.
Your actual introduction to the creator community, your introduction to TikTok Shop. You actually kicked it off with a very high energy, very exciting, enthusiastic video that really set the scene for the creators and what to expect and why they should, pardon my French, give a shit about the brand and give a shit about who you are, and want to show up every day in a way that is exciting for them as well as the brand. Do you want to touch on that a little bit? Because that's something that a lot of, I think, founders and brand owners are, I'll say, hesitant to do because they themselves are not used to being in front of the camera. And there's a little bit of, I'll say, fear or trepidation with that.
I never had a picture of me. I never allowed a picture of me for over 15 years. That's a true story, like until a couple years ago. So I was never on camera. I was never, you couldn't take a picture. Even people in my own company said, yeah, have somebody younger and prettier talk than you. And then I'm like, people don't want the bullshit. They want to know what you're thinking every day, truly about what's actually happening, right? And I don't get up and say, well, here's the big lofty goals that we're doing. Like, I get up and I'm actually working my business, so I know about different SKUs and ideas and this and what sells. And the more you give them authenticity of what's actually happening in your day-to-day life, they feel part of it. They just feel part of it. And those videos, I literally just do it right on my computer. I hit the button. I do a photo booth on my Apple computer. I shoot for 1 to 2 minutes, I take it, I drag it over, and I dump it in. I don't edit it, I just shoot something, I dump it in. It takes me 2 minutes. So do I think that's good? I don't know. If they can, do they like it?
And you did a series of them. Like creators love it. We love it here at SEC. It's you're setting the standard, Curtis.
Highest leverage thing you can do, Curtis.
Ask.
It is the highest leverage thing in TikTok Shop that you can do is those creators, right? Is inspiring the creators to do. Again, he's like selling to creators. That's it.
And it's not a planned thing. Literally, I just turn the camera on and talk for 2 minutes and get it off. And I'm like, oh shit, I hope I didn't say anything wrong.
This is why Curtis and I get along so well. 0.8 to 1.2 videos per sample. Cam, this one's for you. Seems like what you would get with basically no incentives, since creators are required to post when they get a sample. What percentage bump do you get from a good incentive program? Are you still just seeing 1.2? I actually have the numbers.
Yeah, go for it.
It's very similar. Just so you know, like that is not where, Rob, that's not where you're going to get the bump in the percentage per sample sent out. You're going to start to see more videos per creator. That's the number that we look at. Cam, is that about right?
Yeah, for sure. If we're looking at our most successful brands that we work with here, like, and this is reiterate this to everybody. Zoom out from the metrics a little bit. Zoom out from the micro nuances of what the data is telling you. Of course, it's important. Of course, we want to pay attention to it. But we got to zoom out and pay attention to the bigger, like, macro levers that we're talking about here. Yes, that's the average amount of videos we get created per sample without doing any incentives. Curtis, feel free to take this over as well when I finish my point, but the incentives in the beginning and what we're going to continue doing month after month are the reason why creators love being a part of the community and love being a part of Portland Leather. It's, yes, they love the product. Yes, they love Curtis. Yes, they love being a part of something. A lot of these creators are either they have part-time jobs or they are just trying to like do something on the side. Some of them are doing this full time. A lot of them are going to participate because there's extra ways for them to make some cash on top of the videos they're already creating that will make money long term. But we're fueling all of that momentum with additional cash incentives.
Yeah. I don't think the cash incentives are that big of a deal. I think it started some momentum. You know, I upped it. I think it's nice. Yeah, you want to have some, but I think after that, they're going to create the momentum behind themselves. Like, I think we had a certain amount, and I got a whim and went on there and said, let's raise it up to like this. And I just raised a bunch of money on top of that. I think it's good. Once they have the momentum, it's just kind of like somebody posting on Instagram for the first time. It's like, yeah, 23 people and 7 of them are my mom like me. What you want to see is one that gets 100 and one that gets 500 and one that gets 1,000, right? Or I think one of the beautiful things about the group that we're in is people say, wow, I sold this many. And you look at their video and you're like, wow, it's not that good. I could do that, right? Like there, you have 1,000 creators saying, she won 10,000.
Curtis, I want
to
talk a little bit about how we approached that, because I think it did matter in the beginning, the way that we set it up and structured it. Let's forget about the amount of cash. Well, let's forget about the amount of cash, right?
So, I need to hear the feedback.
But the way that we set it up, and this is what we're going to replicate and see if it works across the majority of our brands. Our incentive was post X amount of videos, the first X amount of creators to post X amount of videos win X amount of cash. That's simple. It's essentially just like, we will pay you for posting videos. And so what happened literally in 24 hours is we got 200 videos, not only posted for the brand, but all those videos were shared in the community. And that's what you're talking about, Curtis. All the other creators saw all those videos, but then we paired that with a GMV, like top 3 GMV videos from the 19th of March to the 31st. And so the momentum from the videos posted kind of tapered off a little bit. But then what we started doing is we started updating the creators every day. Here are the top GMV videos, and we shared the links. And to your point, you can go watch the video and you can see exactly how your top creators are creating content. So it's the incentive mattered in that. Forget the cash and how much you're investing into it. It's the like how you're approaching it that matters. You can do 5K if you want to, or even $1,000, but pay creators to post videos and then share that in the community. And then to your point, everybody's starting to learn from everybody, and then it's just that's how you replicate. I think there was another question in here about I haven't been able to replicate the same kind of video. Teach your creators, or have the creators teach other creators how to do what they're doing. And this is how I see like leadership and like teaching people. People don't typically like to be told what to do, from my perspective, but they will follow demonstration. Curtis, what you're doing great is you're demonstrating how one could create content publicly. You're not telling people here's what you got to do, but you're demonstrating it, and we're following your lead.
Well, yeah, all great companies were built off of people creating a structure where people could add their own thing. Like eBay, they didn't buy all their own shit and auction it. They created a system that everyone could put their stuff on and sell, right? Same thing. Amazon created a system, everyone puts it on and sells. All we're doing is saying, hey, here's a system you can make money, and we give them a little bit of push. We give them the support. We give them the help in order to do that. And I'm going to tell you, Jordan, here's my big problem. I think we can do $20 to $30 million on TikTok this year. And we're already in the 4th month, right? But the halo on Amazon and on our Shopify is an extra $30 million, right? So all of a sudden, I have to up our thing. Do we add it 30 million, 40, 50, 60, because I have to make all those products, buy all that leather, create all
That's a lot of
that
cows,
in order to do
Curtis.
it, right? So that's how successful this was. Yeah, the cows are there anyhow. I want everyone to know they're throwing hides away in Brazil, millions and millions, because there's no need for leather because it's so efficient to buy plastic and make it into a bag.
That's crazy.
So real leather is expensive.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm not some anti-leather guy. That's a joke. Everyone knows that's a joke, okay?
Okay, yeah. You live in Canada, everybody. Okay. I did see a question on there that I think is really important. All I do is I go in and talk to the creators like once every couple days. Cam and his team are the ones that are on there 12 hours a day talking back and communicating back with everybody. I know that because at 8 o'clock at night, my phone is still going ding, 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 as everyone's online making comments. And Cam is saying at 9 o'clock at night, yeah, I think I need to sign off. I have a family. So
the amount of times
keep
in
that
our
in
we use
mind.
this platform called Roam instead of Slack, and the amount of times that we do intros to new community managers in Roam, I feel like it's almost daily. Hey, here's a new community manager. Because we believe in it so much. We really think that is where a ton of leverage is, right? Is in the community and actually having humans in there, right? Like some people have been like, well, let's build some AI stuff around it. Like there's some software companies out there. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think that's where you want to implement AI is in there. And even Cam, we can talk to this. Creators in other communities have been pissed off with people on our team who have used AI to communicate to them.
AI
right? Like
general,
they're
usually
like
against. Yeah. No.
Yeah. They're like, stop it with the ChatGPT responses, which is again why I really wish that they would sponsor me, but Whisperflow, everyone. Greatest app in the entire world is Whisperflow. Like you just hit the function button on here and you talk to text on any sort of thing. So like if you have WhatsApp here, you just can like talk to text everything and then it'll just kind of clean it up but not make it any sort of AI. Just the greatest app in the entire world. So if you want to be like prolific in your groups, just use Whisperflow all day because you can talk like, I don't know, 3 times faster than you can type. So that one's for you there, Curtis.
Hey, I didn't want to interrupt, but I knew you guys had the thing you were talking about me, and you are doing this thing, and I do consult and I talk to entrepreneurs all over the world, and everyone's asking the same question: would it work for us? How do you do that? What's the whole game? The decisions and the right decisions are only going to be made when you start the path, when you start heading down there, right? You have to start taking action and learning and iterating and learning and changing, right? We talked about TikTok for years, and you could have 5 people talking. All it took was one of them to say, nobody over $100 makes anything. TikTok is for kids. We're like, okay, let's put it off for another 3 months. Probably not the smartest decision we could do. What was the smartest decision? Number one, we decided to go on to it, and we hit it right. We lucked out. But throw all this away. If I do 20 million on TikTok and I break even, I am going to make $10 million more by having literally tens of thousands of content that is created, checked, algorithmically perfected to sell my goods. Then I move on to YouTube, I move on to Instagram, I move it on to Meta, and all of a sudden my customer acquisition goes down and I make millions of dollars more, right? I'm just telling you right now, TikTok Shop's great, but in conjunction with other ones, it's unstoppable. And if anybody understood what I meant there, then you know what the hell you're doing.
That's
and
wonderful.
I would say go for it.
I'm just trying to think what other questions we have here. There's typical retainers. I think that's an interesting question here. I'm going to throw that up on the stream. What is the typical, let me just throw it on the stream. What is the typical retainer that you pay? And are those creators only L3 and above, or also smaller creators? Cam, do you want to tackle this one?
Yeah, so we're starting to see, I'm always an advocate for putting your top performers on retainer, typically just for shoppable content. There's also the approach to reward your live creators as well. It really just depends per creator, per brand. They all have their own rates. Where this really becomes beneficial, if we're talking retainer, is can we purchase the usage rights to your videos to use on other platforms like Curtis is saying. that if we're going to talk retainers or any kind of outside compensation, don't just zoom in on TikTok Shop. Focus on what Curtis just said. Use those videos elsewhere. Pay the creators, reward them for putting in the work, and then they will just continue. Now you've like given them a reason to keep creating the same kind of content, because now they have the opportunity or the chance for their video to be on other platforms. And then we put in place an agreement, like a percentage of ad spend on other platforms, or we can just purchase it in perpetuity for whatever rate they prefer. So as far as like retainers for continuous output of videos, that's another route that you can go. Smaller creators are great because they love the extra cash. Top performers are also great because they create amazing videos. You need both the volume and the quality. And eventually where TikTok Shop really becomes like a golden nugget is when you can do both volume and quality all at once.
I cannot say this enough. Build a creator community. Whatever you do, make sure that you build a creator community and care about them. That's the biggest thing from all of this. Curtis, you want to?
That's the only thing. Yep. That's
totally.
that's the whole thing.
That is
right?
the yeah. Like I have a mastermind and I was on it right before this, and basically every single question is around that just goes back to build the creator community, right? Like spend the majority of your time, hire for that. So again, like when we're looking at who we're going to hire here, we're like, well, they better be able to talk to creators, right? Like that's really what matters at the end of the day is like, and then even like strategists, Cam, like we're like, okay, so now these like strategists that are up here, we actually just want them in the creator community talking so that they have their finger on the pulse. It's kind of wild. And then look at every single massive TikTok shop brand. Comfort. Look at Neurogum. They just go on and on and on. And what do they have in common? They are in the creator community, right? That's that is the ticket. Noah asks, what is the best platform to host the creator community? I have very strong thoughts on this.
Yeah, I want to hear you, Jordan.
I want to hear yours.
So I have very strong thoughts on this because of Slack groups. Okay, who here is part of people here? Who here is part of a bunch of Slack groups, like full Slack groups? I am. I don't know. I have like 9 or 10. I check none of them. That is the exact same thing on Discord. That's what Discord is, just another version of it's like Slack for Gen Z. That is why I don't think Discord is a great place. Is it easier for you to use? Is it easier for you to put different different channels and make it all look nice? Yes, it's much easier. We use WhatsApp because it is signal versus noise. There's so much signal on WhatsApp. That is why I am obsessed with WhatsApp in this scenario. Now, if there was another one that came along now, again, I think the best creators are generally millennials or young millennials. Like they're the ones like Cam, if you look, who are the ones that are absolutely crushing for us? Millennial moms. Sorry, I just said it. I should have asked you. I should have.
Oh, good, man.
And where do they hang out? WhatsApp. Right? Like it's the same thing of like when I talked about building communities on different platforms, like back in the day, that was like my big thing. It's like build them on Facebook groups. That's where if your people are on Facebook groups. Now, if you have people that are hanging out in Discord, sure, do it there. But like, I don't believe in it. That's my that's my hot take of the day, Cam.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, whenever I have this conversation a lot, and Curtis and I just had this conversation a couple days ago. Curtis, talk to the amount of engagement in WhatsApp. Like engagement, participation, like it can be chaos, but man.
So what most people don't understand, what they don't know about me is I have a personal assistant, I have a big company, and I do not check my messages on my phone. I do not read my own email. I don't anything. Everybody who knows me, you have to get WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp on my computer here. I have WhatsApp on my phone. So you, Cam, decided to start a WhatsApp group on this whole thing a month ago and then somehow entered me into this thing. And so literally my phone seems like it's going to go off the table. It just keeps buzzing like this all day long. I'm like, oh, it must be something important. No, just 89 more people commenting on the WhatsApp chat on what we're doing here, right? I think it's great because it's easy and people use WhatsApp. They like it. They love it. It's on all of their devices. It's very interactive. It's just how you talk to your friends. Discord, you have to go over to it or you have to go here. It's just right there. They're part of it. Does it have all the strengths and weaknesses? A little bit of everything, but I love it. I'm going to tell you right now, I've talked to Cam. I said, is there something better? And he said, not that I know of. I would just met with a bunch of creators in Miami, a lot of them, and everybody said Discord can turn people off unless they're really young, right? The really young folks like Discord and the confusion.
Sorry,
of that
Discord,
shit,
your UI and
but,
UX is not it for TikTok.
lot of yeah, it's just not as good. So I love WhatsApp, and but we've talked about that. About hey, maybe somebody creates something different. That's
Rome guys
fantastic.
on
But
it.
right
I
now,
think
it's the
Rome
best
has a huge
for us.
opportunity to create an amazing community function.
I am so long Rome. I love that platform so much. Guys, we're gonna end it right there. Curtis, dude, thanks for coming on. Cam, you are the friggin' man. Brywin, you are amazing. Thank you for staying on here with us and just kind of like side-eyeing. If any,
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, this has been so much fun. Me not having to speak Curtis. Normally, I've been leading these while Jordan travels. So it's refreshing that I got to just sit down, shut up, and listen to a lot of TikTok Shop Talk here, which was great.
I want to say one thing here, because if people are on here and they're trying to decide, hey, is TikTok for me? You've asked all the questions before. Oh, will it work for me? How do I? Hey, it's like everything in the world. Start, learn, get better, learn more, and then own it, and then beat everybody else out. That's how business is done. That's how you grow. You just don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You just get better yourself, jump in the pool, and make the damn thing work. And anyone who tells you anything different, their brain is just telling them all the reasons why not to do it. Do something, grow, and get better. That's what entrepreneurs
thanks, Curtis.
do.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all.
Hey, guys, I got a life.
Thanks,
I got to
guys.
go do
Bye.
other things.
See you guys.
Bye.